Ho, 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 gentlemen. The holidays have come early this year as Manscaped have the gift that keeps on trimming. Santa's beard isn't so appealing when it's coming out of your trousers. And that's why Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming, have you covered this holiday season. Now available in your country. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped to keep their trees trimmed and ornaments polished. Go to manscaped.com and use code THEMAYOR for 20% off plus shipping. I'll tell you what, I know this firsthand. If you want a great holiday gift for everybody, trust one of the hairiest guys going. I'll tell you what, I've had the Manscaped 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, the lawnmower, now the lawnmower 4.0. What a gift. This thing trims all parts of your body. It's sleek. The light goes on, which is great so you can see. It's waterproof. But I tell you what, one of the biggest things, I've had clippers so many years now, and they grab you, they nick you up, all that stuff. This Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, this is the gift for everybody out there. Men, women, go get this, Chinch. You need it, brother.
Yes.
You need it big
No,
time.
I need it.
You're not as hairy as I am, but you need it anyhow.
No, I lost some of my hair here. It went into my ears, through my nose. I use a Manscaper for that, number one. And number two, what Sean's saying is absolutely true, because when he doesn't shave, it's like Teen Wolf. It's scary. It's frightening. He's so good looking. Look at him right now. And the only reason is because he manscapes. I'm going to tell you how to get it right now. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code THEMAYOR, right? That's you, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com. Use the Mayor code, and you clean yourself up and be nice for Santa. You get the cookies during the holidays.
Yes, you do. Go get yourself a Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 for the holidays, Chinch. Chinchy, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Shawnee? We got a little weekend edition here. What's happening?
Yeah, what we got? Front page Friday news, Friday front page news, or whatever we're going to call this thing. It's going to be we were talking the other day saying, bro, we talk all the time, all week long. I think I do other people's podcasts 3 or 4 times a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, Chinch, why don't we just do like a 30-minute recap of the stuff that we talk about, just news out there?
Yeah, exactly.
News, TMZ news or sports news, other than, it could be baseball, but other news, and just have some fun with it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this for a couple of reasons, because we love doing the interviews, and those aren't going away. We're going to still do those every week, but we figured by the time we get to the weekend, we've had so many conversations, and if you guys have been with us for the beginning, the first few shows, it was just me and Sean, and we were just getting Sean's thoughts, and I miss some of his thoughts because a lot of them are very poignant and very legit, but there's a lot of very funny stuff that comes out of this guy's head, and it's really cool that we're going to do this and talking current events. These aren't the evergreen shows, but we're going to get you to get Sean's opinion of some news stories that you probably want as an opinion about.
Well, your opinion too, Chinch. You're a very bright person, bro.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so
you went to Columbia. You went to Columbia, bro. We want your opinion. You Ivy League nerds. You know what I mean? Jeez.
Yeah. So this is like the nerd and the jock. That's what we'll call it that way. All right. So where are we going first, man?
Dude, you know what we were talking about the other day, and I've been following these guys all year long. Jackson State. I follow Deion on Instagram. I've watched some of their games on TV during the year, but my man Deion Sanders, 11-1 this year. What they win? They won the SWAC title.
Yep.
Last week. They're playing in the Celebration Bowl on Saturday in Atlanta. But the big news is not just he's 11-1 and dominating out of Jackson State. Travis Hunter, who's a two-way player who was the number one commit by Rivals. He was going to go to Florida State. He was committed to Florida State since March. He shocked the world at his press conference by saying he was going to Jackson State to be with Deion Sanders.
It's crazy. We got the press conference here. Take a listen to this real quick.
Real good too. I'm gonna say that for later.
What you mean?
Like this one. It fit me well, but that ain't who I want. I always been on my mind. But check me out, Mom. Throw me that hat.
Oh my God, dude, remember back? Well, there's two things. We play baseball, so people don't really look to see where you're committing with baseball as much, although I see kids doing that on like Facebook and stuff and their parents doing it now. But dude, how sick was that? The entire school was screaming for it.
Dude, I just loved it how nowadays with the kids, with the press conference and stuff, this kid's such a stud. You know, puts the Florida State hat on, then he puts the Georgia hat on. Everyone's like, oh, and he's like, no, not that. And then he's like, give me the hat, pulls out the Believe shirt, Under Armour, Jackson State. Boom, it comes, and the place goes nuts, dude. The place goes absolutely crazy. I thought it was unbelievable.
I love it.
Unbelievable. But you know what? Hey, real quick, Chinch. Deion's doing that, man. I played with Deion, bro. I played with Deion in 2001, one of my favorite teammates ever. But one thing that Deion is, he's inspirational. He's motivational. You listen to some of the stuff he talks to these kids about. You want to become not only a great player, because you're talking about best NFL guys ever. He's going to teach you how to go to the next level, but also he's going to teach you how to be a man while you're there and how to act. I mean, this guy is one of the best human beings in the world.
And if you think about it, like, oh man, you have some money in your pocket, probably not as much as prime time, but
close.
The commitment he made, we've seen guys go back and start coaching, or they'll be, in baseball, it's like a hitting coach or whatever. Like the commitment, you're committing to 50 young men, and you're committing to trying to win those games. And clearly he's doing a good enough job. He's 11-1 this year, but can you talk about, as a former athlete, going back into a grind of the sport you played that defined your life, that, I know you're getting shoulder surgery, you're getting knee surgery. Like, you put all the time in that you needed to into that sport and gave it to the world what you had. Talk about like what kind of commitment it must mean for him with all that money and all that fame already, to actually go and do something that's, I would consider it one of the most important things he's doing. Like,
one of the biggest things about Prime, if you don't know him, is his faith is number one in his life. His relationship with the Lord, or whatever you want to say, with God, is number one. I've seen it. I've watched him. He would sit in the clubhouse and just pull his laptop up. He would read a scripture passage. He'd grab one word a week. He'd grab love. He'd break down love into, 10 different definitions. And it was unbelievable what he would do. So I know why Deion's there. Deion's there for service. Deion's there to serve these kids. Deion's there to pass knowledge. Deion's there to make these guys better people, better citizens in society. I know that. And I know his faith is driving it. And that's a big deal, Chinch, because, for me, I've been asked to come back and coach in the big leagues as a hitting coach. And I'm just not ready for that commitment. That's a huge commitment. You talk about being a college head coach. You got the season, then you got recruiting in the off season. It's a ton of work, but I love Deion. Both his sons are there playing on Jackson State, which is really cool. The quarterback, is his son too. And, I think his other son's a D-back, and these guys, for him to make the impact with his kids and the impact with all these great recruits that are coming to Jackson State. Yeah. It's awesome, man. And they're selling those games out there.
Yes. Oh, it's big time. It's becoming down there in Mississippi. And by the way, Florida State, you take a dude from, I don't care how good or bad they've been over the last few years, you're the number one recruit, you're going to Florida State, and you turn to go with this man. Clearly, first of all, he's clearly a great recruiter, by the way, because he's got 3 other 4-star recruits this year and 2 other 3-star recruits. I got one question for you. Your youngest is 11, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's fast forward 9 years. She's in college now, empty nest syndrome, whatever.
Yeah.
Sean Casey, would you ever consider college coaching or MLB coach?
Yes, definitely.
Really?
When my daughter is gone. And maybe I was figuring out, I was doing the math with her this morning.
Oh, yeah.
He's in 6th grade, and 6 years from now, I'll be 53. I don't know if anyone will want me at 53. but I would do it, man. I would love to go back in the dugout when the kids are gone. Yeah, I definitely would. It has to be the right time. And even for Deion, it was the right time, like I said, because his sons are in college.
Yeah.
He gets to see them and coach them, and he gets to impact them and all these other kids.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I love it. Oh, dude.
Good job. Good job, Travis Hunter, man. You picked the right place and the right guy.
Really awesome. Another cool story. This happened in my hometown in New York this past week. Is Steph Curry, all-time 3-point champ. And it's so cool that he did it at the Garden. You know, being a New Yorker, we haven't had that much to cheer about at the Garden. We usually go there nowadays to just see the other guys play, even though the Knicks are hanging in there and they're turning things around. But like, just that he did it in the Madison Square Garden and the fans were all over him. And it was just a cool sight. Like, your take on that?
I think that was the coolest thing. The Garden's the Garden, man. You know what I mean? And even though they're playing for Golden State, you know, when you hit, you know, the buzz in that building, when he hit it, you know, 2,974 3-pointer. I mean, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Ray Allen, he did it in like almost like a little over half the games or something ridiculous. Something ridiculous what Ray Allen did it. But having Ray Allen there and Reggie Miller there to be there with him, and his dad Dell in the stands, and his wife, his mom, his coach from Davidson. But Madison Square Garden, I can only imagine what that was like for him, because that's a memory he'll always have of doing it there. And the place went crazy. It was almost like a home game for the Warriors.
Place went crazy.
Nuts.
What's his name? Was there Spike Lee's on the
court,
the parquet, taking pictures?
Yeah.
It was awesome. I got 2 follow-ups for you. One, does Curry belong in like the MJ LeBron all-timer category?
You know what, man? He's one of the. He'll go down as one of the better players in Major League in NBA history. I think that's the case. But I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like I don't know if he's in that category of MJ and LeBron. Like, I think they were so dominant in all facets of the game. I'm just not sure. He's one of the best players ever. I just don't know if he goes down as one of the greatest. Yeah,
it's so funny though. Yeah, especially because you look at LeBron's getting so. Me even asking that question, I see it all over, you know, on SportsCenter or whatever. It's like like LeBron's still averaging almost a triple-double in his like dude in his like 73rd year in the league, and he's still like, you know, a kid compared to
right.
So like, it's almost like you take for granted, you know, like when you were playing and like Pujols has just hit 40 home runs for the 9th straight year. Like, oh, well, that's just Pujols. Is there a new guy? Like those stats. The second part, which I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this. He gave out gifts to a lot of people as a thanks for helping them get to this point. He gave engraved Rolexes to who else? Who we got here? Green, Andre Iguodala, and Klay Thompson, because they've been with him, like, I guess the most. My question is, like, have you ever gotten a gift from another player like that? And I guess I'll give you a follow-up. If you were going to give gifts out to your teammates, what does a baseball player give to each other? Watches?
Let me see. What did I get? I think John Lester, when he threw the no-hitter in Boston, gave me a signed golf ball. That was awesome. So
that's cool.
I was like, that's cool. Hey, where's my Rolex, Lester? Let's go. You're worth like $500 million. How about send me a Rolex now? And all the guys in that team, I got your freaking golf ball. I think I hit it 320 yards in some guy's house 2 weeks ago. You gotta be kidding me. That was the one gift I got. You know, when I think back, you know what? One of the other gifts I got, Gary Sheffield, when I was with the Tigers, he was just coming there in 2007, and his agent called me, I think, and was like, "Hey, Gary would like to have 2 lockers and wanted to know if he could get your locker. He was going to offer me a car. He's, I'll give you a Mercedes Benz." I'm like, what? Yeah, but I was making too much money at the time. I was like, I can't take a Mercedes Benz from anybody.
God.
You know what I
mean? Wait. Stop.
Yeah.
Say that again. Gary Sheffield wanted an extra locker. He was going to buy you a Mercedes.
He offered me a Mercedes Benz, and I was like, you know what?
Oh my!
I don't want a Mercedes, but I did say, hey, give me 2 laptop computers.
Oh. That's great. There's a great John Crook one where I guess somebody wanted his number when he got to the White Sox, and they were going to give him a Rolex, whatever, and he just asked for 2 cases of beer. You got to give him 2 cases of beer, and he gave his number away. But that's crazy.
There you go. I just upped the Crook thing from 2 cases of beer to 2 laptops. And, thanks, Chef. I appreciate that, bro. It's big time.
That is unbelievable. Oh my God, it's so cool. All right, so we move on to like a little bit of a darker story. You take this one. Urban Meyer gone.
Yeah.
From
yeah, that was a weird. I mean, it just seemed like that marriage didn't go too well from jump. You know what I mean? They came out the gate scuffling. Seemed like Jacksonville never got going. Then whatever. Urban Meyer got a little bit of that whole story in the middle of the year. Whatever, we went back to Columbus, and then it seemed just a little weird all the way out. And then all of a sudden, he said he got into it with a couple players or something. So I don't know.
The kicker said Josh Lambo said he kicked him during a practice. What if somebody kicked you? What if one of your coaches kicked you? What would you have done?
Well, I think here's the problem. Because I know Urban Meyer. I like Urban Meyer. You know what I mean? He's a good guy. But I think the biggest thing is when you're at Ohio State or you're at Florida, you got college kids and you can really kind of run that show. But when you get to the show, you get to the NFL, you're now talking to grown men. Like, you can't kick a grown man. Like, I'll punch you right in the face. Like, if you kick me, unless you're Jim Leland, I'm scared to death. You can punch me. You could punch me right in the face, and I'd be like, "Hey, Jim, you got to hit me a little harder, pal." But I mean, it's like, it's funny. Like, those guys are grown men. Like, you're not going to take what you took in college from a guy. You're not going to take in pro ball. You just, that's just how it goes.
It's hard. That goes for every sport nowadays, right? Like, although you're seeing like the former players are doing a better job. Like, your generation of players in baseball have done a really good job of, kind of like AJ Hinch and all those guys. They know what they're dealing with in the adults in the room, but even how to treat some of the younger guys a little younger. But that was away from baseball for a few years. It was the old guys, and you just sat there and listened to them. But it's tough, man, because when you're 21 years old now, and you're getting a contract that's worth $10 million, how hard is it to be coached? You know what I'm saying?
Well, at the end of the day, you learn so much when you get to the NFL or you get to the Major League Baseball or the NBA. There's still so much to learn. I learned so much when I got to pro baseball that, even when I was in the minor leagues, I was learning, how to drop down and throw the ball, like how to, how to start working counts and how to really, get a better game plan on the process. So those guys that go to the NFL, or go to the NBA or Major League Baseball, man, you still got, that's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. You got to open up your ears and listen and take the advice from those guys, because they do know the sport at a different level. But you're right though. This generation player is a little different. And I think you have to really engage with them a little differently than maybe the coaches that we grew up with were like, get your shit together. You know what I mean?
Wait, 2 more follow-ups on that. As a pro ball player, like, what happens to a locker room when the team gives up on the coach or doesn't believe in a coach? Have you been a part of anything like that?
Oh yeah, I have been, and that's not a good place to be. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you lose the locker room, it's tough to get back. So I've been around that, and then the worst is it starts becoming cliquish. You got certain guys over here yip yapping away, certain guys over here yipping yapping about those guys. These guys are talking about the coach talking about the defense coordinator, the hitting coach, the bench coach. It's a total shitstorm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Politics,
so I think, man. Yeah, the politics of the game, but that's part of it, man. And that's why, you got to continue to hire really good leaders that can keep a good clubhouse. And also too, I don't know anything about the Jacksonville locker room, but you never know. I've been on teams where there's a couple bad apples in the group too, and where they say, bad apple spoils it for the bunch. That's true in locker rooms too.
Yeah, it's true. I hate politics, man. I hate when politics get in the middle of life.
That's why we don't talk politics.
Yeah,
for the
this
show.
is the mayor's office. Just the ball player's perspective.
Exactly. We don't want to talk politics.
Okay, yeah. This isn't political, but this is something. I don't even know how to transition to it. The juice is loose again. He is a free man. And we're not talking about bail, nothing. OJ Simpson can knock on your door right now, Sean, and ask you if you have any milk he can borrow.
Oh my gosh.
So let's just step back. Listen.
I'd lock every door if that happened. I'd be like, OJ's coming to the front door, kids. Hit the deck, turn the lights off, lock the doors.
So we're not going to get into whether he did it or didn't. I think everybody has their opinions of that.
Oh my God.
And I'd say 99% of the opinions are similar. But
Yeah.
let's go back, man. Where were you the night of the Ford Bronco chase? Because I remember it so much too.
Isn't it amazing, dude? That's one of the, I think like you remember when 9/11,
Yeah.
people that were alive with JFK, you remember that?
Yeah.
Or all
The
those
moon
things.
landing.
Yeah, the moonlight, like certain things. Well, OJ was one of those things for our generation. And I remember 1994, I was at, I can't remember the guy's name. I was at our announcer's house for dinner in the Cape Cod League in Brewster. We were over there just hanging out.
It was summertime. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just hanging out. I think we're having a couple pops and having a cookout. And me and Scott Solman, who ended up returning kicks for Notre Dame. And,
Yeah.
really good dude.
Yeah.
He and I and a couple other guys were watching Pete Saletti. We were watching OJ in that white Bronco just ripping with 85 million cops following him. And I was thinking, I think if you have 85 million cops following you and they're shutting down the freeway, I don't think you might not be innocent. Because if you're innocent, wouldn't you stop and say, "Hey guys, I don't even know why I'm in this car right now, but what are we doing here? What are we doing? I didn't do this." You know what I mean?
Oh my God. So crazy. Two things. First of all, again, it comes back to Madison Square Garden. The Knicks were in the finals against the Rockets, and they were winning the series. They were going to win that series. And as a native New Yorker and New York sports fan, I blame OJ Simpson for ruining the Knicks' chances of winning the 1994 championship, because the next night they lose, whatever happens. And then, of course, John Starks goes 1 for 17 or whatever the hell it was, whatever. But like, I remember being like, why are they cutting away from this? I don't understand what's going on. A couple of things were going on at that point. First of all, we both know Bob Costas. He's told us the story personally, how OJ called the control room of the game saying, I need to go on the air with Bob Costas right now, which is unbelievable. You don't know that?
Dude, I didn't know that story. No.
Fact. It is a fact. Bob Costas has told it before. Maybe I get the clip. I can plug it in here for the YouTube show. But like,
he was like, "Hey, Bob, stop doing the game and let's talk about,
No, I think what the control room, they thought it was a joke or something. And I think they may have hung up on him, but it is a fact of life that he tried to do that. Second part is, I was really pissed because I was a sophomore going into my junior year of high school, and all I wanted was a white Bronco. That was that was
so much for that.
That was the coolest truck back then. But then you're like, you can't get a white Bronco anymore because then you're OJ driving around the streets. And then finally, I remember being the verdict. I mean, that's talk about polarizing the way the world is now. Back then, I remember Vito Catalanato, his name was. We were in biology class, but the verdict was coming out. And Vito raised his hand and said, and I went to all boy, like kind of like strict school. He's like, I have to use a bathroom. And the teacher was like, go straight to the bathroom. Vito runs in to another classroom that had a TV, and he plugged the TV in. And so we're taking like a test in biology class, and Vito comes back in, and Vito was like, he was like 6'6" and like a big Italian guy. And he walks into the room, and the entire class looked up, and he goes, not guilty. And we're all like, what? It's like, I'll never forget that. That was crazy times, man.
Oh my God, in crazy times.
Anyway, all right. So there's our news stories for the first time. We're just getting our feet wet with this. You like where we're going? You like
I love it. I love where we're going. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. We'd be having this conversation anyhow. Might as well air it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, our significant others. I'm telling you, my phone rings. I've said it before on the air. Like my wife Jess just turns and goes, "Your boyfriend's calling again." All right, this is so great, man. I love doing this stuff, and I love talking to you. Sean's wheels just freaking motor around, and I love getting to this
it's
stuff.
Basically our phone conversation.
Yeah, this is. And here's stuff. We're going to call this, what do we call this? Random news of the week?
No. Weird news of the week. Weird
news of the week. Okay, yes. This is Sean and Chinch.
This is really weird.
Weird news on a week. You got the first story, and it's a doozy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. This girl was selling her farts in a jar. And it really and getting some good money for it. It's unbelievable. Chinch, you have the clip, right? Play the clip.
Here we go.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. So I like to get things rolling with some beans, a protein muffin, sometimes even a yogurt. Less sugar is better, some hard-boiled eggs. And today I decided I was going to make myself a protein shake with some yogurt added to it. And I I was feeling it for sure. While I wait for those farts to develop, I like to read. I'm very smart, love to read. And then after I'm ready to go, I go ahead and, do my work, do my job. I don't need to show you that, guys, but I like to add in little flower petals. I feel like they attach the scent and make it last longer. And when I'm finally finished with my jar, I like to leave a personalized note. I want to thank you so much to the 97 people who've already purchased their jar of farts. And as you know, they're on sale right now, 50% off of $1,000. So go to my Unfiltered and check it.
Bro, are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. How much is she making for her farts in a jar? Do you know?
She claims she's made over $100,000. We've sold 4 Manscapes.
Well, dude, we can't even get the Manscaped off. We've been trying to sell Manscapes for months now.
Start doing this on your cameos or something.
Dude, I'll start selling farts in a jar for $100,000. Are you kidding? Seriously, dude, my farts could take down nations. If you bottled my farts up, took them in a B-52 bomber and started dropping them on countries, it would just be unbelievable because it's, I'm just saying, I know some buddies with terrible farts too. My one buddy, Mike Junko, is lactose intolerant. Dude, when we were growing up, we just got our license. Yeah. And Junk we'd have we'd go get ice cream and we didn't know he was lactose intolerant. He would let these farts that were unbelievable. I had to pull the car over like in Burger King one night. I'm like, bro, I got to pull the car over. And the fart was in the seat. We could sell. If I could get Mike Junko to sell farts in a seat, we would make millions. Okay, because they used to stay in the 88 Buick. They used to stay in the seat. It was disgusting, bro.
Oh my God!
This girl's onto something, dude. You can sell anything nowadays and make some cash. $100,000 for farts in a jar.
Look, there's so much to unwrap here, and I do have some follow-ups on this.
Dude, sorry, I gotta go. One more thing. If you ate chicken wings, the beans, if you had some nice pizza, real nice, get the gluten in you. You just get some pepperoni and hot sausage, and you rip it into the jar. You might break the jar in half. This girl. If big heavy-set guys started selling farts in a jar, that's where the big money's at. That's where the big money's at.
That's where the big money's at. Okay, good. There's a couple things. I'm going to put my producer hat on here. I will give her credit for a couple things. First of all, she did some sort of research because she's put those flowers in there. She says the flowers help absorb the scent. Okay, kudos. Second, production value fairly high end for something like that. She had cutaways to herself. And things like that. I will say, I think it's definitely a sign that the apocalypse is upon us right now. Armageddon. Yeah, but it does say you definitely need to ramp up your cameo game, man. Because I see you do those things. Like you need props, you need a fart in a jar.
No, Chinch, you know what it says? You know what it says, bro? It says there's a lot of sickos out there, bro. There's a lot of sick dudes out there buying farts in a jar. It's not okay.
Oh my God. All right. So the next level of this, we'll keep going. What are we calling this? Weird news of the week? Whatever.
Yeah, weird news of the week. What else have we got?
That was up there. Well, this isn't so much weird. It's more of I don't know. Elon Musk. You were talking about him all week. You pay attention to Elon Musk a lot. Yeah. He's got the SpaceX program. Dude. He's doing this. He's doing that. A couple questions. First of all, would you do it? Would you do what Strahan did this past week and go into space? Secondly, are we looking at in 20 years at Back to the Future actually being what's going on here? He's got Tesla, all that shit.
Dude, I don't know, man. This guy's brain works so differently than my brain. I'm like, hey, let's have some chicken wings and pizza today. This guy's like, hey, let's invent a spaceship, an underground highway. Let's invent, he has everything. He's inventing everything. Let's invent AI that goes into your brain. Yeah. It's just amazing. The guy, I had a Tesla a few years ago, bro.
Did you?
Dude, you kidding me? I got rid of it because I felt like the battery life wasn't long enough. If I just was driving around Pittsburgh, it'd be one thing locally, but as soon as you get out, you got to go on your GPS. You're like, where the hell are the chargers? You're like, holy shit, there's a charger 30 miles away to the right. It's just at a Sheets in a local podunk town. So you go there and you have to you end up getting you become a slob because you're crushing mozzarella sticks and some Sheets and
waiting for
Coke
it to charge.
Waiting for it to charge 1 hour, and I'm only 2 hours away. So I was like, okay, I got to get rid of that. But bro, the fastest car on the market. I don't care.
Really?
It's like a golf cart on steroids. You hit the thing, it's just whip, because there's nothing to rev, dude. You just take off. And you're just literally motors. There's G's. You're like,
Were you
in the front seat? It's unbelievable.
Did you feel comfortable doing the non-hands thing? I don't know if I'll ever. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point.
One time, dude. One time, I never forget this. My son Jake was 15 at the time. His buddy Josh was in the back. We stopped at Chipotle. We were going to a baseball tournament, right? So we all got Chipotle, and I'm like, oh man, why did I get Chipotle? I can't even eat it. So we're on the highway. I'm like, oh my God, I got a Tesla. So I put it in autopilot. I start eating. I'm like,
oh my God.
A lady drives by me. I'm like, this is delicious, man. I'm like, man, you get a Chipotle with some beans and some salsa and just crush it. Then I look to my right and my son's filming me. I go, bro,
oh my God.
I go, you post this, I'll kill you. I go, you post this, I'll kill you. Me eating Chipotle with autopilot on a freaking highway. Yeah.
That's amazing. That sounds like a Millar car ride.
Oh my
He's always
God,
posting
man.
videos.
Ridiculous.
That's unbelievable. Here's another way to get around now. Oh, this one I like. I found this and I wanted to show it to you.
Bro, you got to be kidding me. This is unbelievable. This is like, what an ingenious. How fast do these things go, Chinch?
I think
9 miles an hour. Look at that guy right there. He just gets on the scooter, bam, you plug it in. Next thing you know, you're just the guy. Look at that guy. He's in a freaking recliner. He's just going to a recliner. Can you imagine going into Whole Foods or Giant Eagle or something like that, Kroger? You're just in the lounger and just ripping down the aisles, getting the cereal and the freaking, mushrooms.
I will get so fat. It's like, the people when you go to like a casino and that they can walk, but they got the scooters. They have like a host at the thing and they just drive around and not get off their asses the whole time. I feel like I'd worry that I would never get up again. Because the only time I really do get up when I'm sitting around my house, it's like get a beer or go to tea or something. I would just probably get like a bucket or something and just sit there and just drive around my house all day.
Dude, that thing's a genius right there. I'd just drive around the neighborhood, maybe run my errands with that thing. You'd have people honking at you all the time, though, if you took it on the road.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got one more little goofy thing that we're going to start doing here. And again, if you guys are listening to this, give us ideas. This is just us shooting the shit. And we like your opinions on it. Maybe, we'll bring you guys in at some point. But what we are doing, or at least what I'm doing, is I'm soliciting our friends. I didn't really tell you about this, but so we're thinking each week one of our mutual friends or one of Sean's friends is just going to send a little message to Sean, and he's going to react to it. You don't know who this is or when it's coming from. And it could be anything from, asking you a question to telling a story about you. Our guest this week has something very specific for you. Let's take a look.
Case, what's up, man? It's Demp, your buddy here. Just had a question for you. Would you rather be stuck out in open waters, middle of the ocean with great white sharks, or in the middle of the safari, the Sahara in Africa with a bunch of lions roaming around? I think I know the answer just because I know your speed, but you go ahead. You answer it.
Oh, Debbie, you're the greatest, dude. You are the greatest. Appreciate you sending that in too. I didn't even know you were doing that. That's really cool. Listen, I think about it. If I was in the middle of the ocean with sharks, that means I can't really see them if they start nipping at me. I'm not the best swimmer. I'd probably just freaking sink to the bottom, and that would be just devastating. So I think my best shot is this. I've been reading Mike Tyson's Undisputed, and he talks about he used to have a pet tiger, which is ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But he tamed this tiger somehow. So I think what I would do is I would try to become friends with these lions. I would try to become friends with the lions. See if maybe I could go kill a zebra or something, sacrifice a zebra and make sure to get them the meat. They become friends with me. We hang out in the safari. Next thing you know, I'm hairy. We fit right in. I would just become one of the lions. So that's what I would do, Chinch.
Wow, that's a brilliant off-the-cuff answer. This is why you got to watch the other show. When we got the 9 to 90 segment, he really concentrates and gets good answers out there to that. First of all, shout out and thanks to Dempy for doing that Off the Mound Marquee Network. You're on it this week.
Oh, am I on this? Dude, that was so
tonight.
fun.
Actually, tonight.
Oh,
listen
dude,
to
that
or whatever.
Was so fun. I had some great stories too. Some great stories.
Yeah, no. Oh, he told me one story. I'll just give a hint about it. It's about it's about shaving your back and him being involved in that. But let's not do that. Check out if you haven't checked out Dempster's stuff. You got to go check it out because he does a great job. He's almost he's like the Johnny Carson now of like former sports players. Yeah,
Off the Mound, Marquee Network. I love it.
Nice. All right, so that's it. I think, or no, wait, you got
one more thing, bro. We're trying to, this is another little fun segment. We're going to do cards in a bag, not baseball card packs, because we're so cheap.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of cards upstairs and a bunch of bags, and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But I was gonna just pull out this bag right here.
Yeah, if you're just listening to the audio, that's like a Ziploc, but it's like kind of like a cheap Ziploc.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a seal on it.
No, it's not a zip. It's one of those like bootleg bags you buy like when you can't afford the other one. You're like, hey, get the at the cheap at the dollar store. Get me some sandwich bags without the Ziploc.
Yeah, exactly.
Those things are.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna see if I can find. Let me see who we got here. Let's see. That's Jeff Shaw.
Jeff Shaw.
Jeff
Good
Shaw.
player back in the day.
Yeah,
Did you
Jeff
hate him
Shaw.
well or no?
No, I think he did pretty well against. I played with Jeff Shaw's first year when Travis Shaw was like 7 or something, 6. Running on like a hard-hitting Mark Whitten.
Loved Mark Whitten.
Remember him? He was legit.
Oh, bombs. 4 homers in a game for the Cardinals.
Oh, Lenny Dykstra. Here's a Lenny Dykstra story.
Okay.
Lenny Dykstra. So Nails, we all know Nails. You know, he's a little different cat. You know, hear him on Howard Stern, and you know, interesting. But Nails, one year he was with the. You know, we go out to do bunting one time. So we go out there, and the coach, Lenny Dykstra's the coach. He's going to be managing Double-A. It's like, oh my God, this is so great. Never had a chance to meet Lenny. He's like, oh man, what's up, Case? I'm like, oh dude, really cool. We went through bunting. He showed us everything like that. Next day, I'm like looking forward to seeing Lenny Dykstra again. Maybe asking about the Mets and Keith Hernandez and all those crazy dudes that were on that team and with the 86 Mets and all those guys. I go there the next day. I'm like, where the hell's Lenny Dykstra? Like, he quit. He just left.
Did he really?
Seemed par for the course. He decided he wanted to manage. Decided he wanted to manage anymore on day 2. So that's my Lenny Dykstra story.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
He was a good dude. I didn't mind Lenny. I thought he was a good dude.
He played hard. No matter how he played or if he was using extra substances, he definitely played the game.
Yes, he
as
did.
Nails. You get the nickname Nails. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know you're legit. Yeah.
Post-playing career is a little different. There's a lot.
How
going
about
on.
this guy's name? Randy Reddy, baby.
I remember him.
Hey, Reddy, are you ready? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Hey, Randy, you ready? My dad used to have me I'd be like, Dad, you ready? Like to go, out to dinner or something. He's like, no, I'm Freddie's brother. I'm Reddy's brother, Freddie. That's what he would say every time. So I do it with my kids now. Dad, you ready? I'm like, no, I'm Reddy's brother, Freddie.
That's good. They must really laugh at that or not anymore, right?
It's a dad joke, you know what I mean?
My dad has the best dad joke real quick because you're still looking through cards.
Yeah.
Every single time we get Chinese food for probably the last 15 to 30 years of my life, my dad when you get the fortune cookie, he opens it up. He's like, everybody listen, I'm going to open up my fortune cookie. And you know what he's going to say? He opens it. And every single time he goes, help, I'm a prisoner trapped in a Chinese fortune cookie factory. It's so stupid. Anyway.
But it's funny though. It's
a dad joke. All right, who else you got there in the cards?
I got one. Remember John Smiley?
Yes.
When I first got called up to the big leagues with the Indians, John Smiley was with the Indians. He got traded over by the Reds with Danny Graves, I think. He was dominating with the Indians. Boom. He's throwing a bullpen in Kansas City, I believe. Breaks his arm in the pen.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there on, we're getting ready for the national anthem. Here comes Smiley, broken arm. I think that was the end of his career, but wow. It's not a great story, but that's a crazy story.
That is a crazy story.
Crazy story.
Wait, one other thing while you're doing this. What was the day like? Did the Tops guys how does that work? Are you just like at spring training and a guy grabs you and goes, "Hey, can you take your shot?" Explain that,
dude. My rookie card, 96.
Yeah,
I'm in Williamsport. I was a big card collector back in the day. I was growing up, and I was thinking to myself, I just want to get a hit in the big leagues and a baseball card. If I do those two things, I'm out of here. That's all I need. So in Williamsport, we're playing. I'm in low A ball in the New York Penn League. This guy comes that day and he's like, "Hey man, I need to take your picture. You're on my list." I'm like, "List for what?" He's like, "I'm from Tops." I'm like, "Oh man." I was like, "Am I gonna get a card?" He's like, "I think so. You're on the list." So I'm all right. Oh. So I get there, Chinch, and I'm like, I'm all smiles. I'm holding the bat. I'm like, and he's like, "Hey, no smile, no smile." So my rookie 96 Tops card, I'm like this. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? I want to smile my rookie card.
That's great.
You got to be kidding me. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Do you still have all your cards?
Oh yeah, I got all my cards. Yeah, next show I'll show you. I have 1 million of them.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, great. Yeah, let's go through your cards next show. That'd be fun.
All right, that'd be great, dude. That would be fun.
Yeah. I have a couple.
All right.
And then you can sign some and give it to me, and I can sell them, and then that way we can make some money on this podcast.
Let me see if I can pull one other guy out.
Okay.
Greg Harris, Nick Kasaski, remember him? Gerald Perry, Greg Gross. Oh, Ray Searage. Okay.
Very serious.
Johnny Ray. Remember Johnny Ray? Second. Oh, Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
Paul O'Neill, number 21. You love Paul O'Neill with the Yankees. That's with the Reds, though.
Yeah. Oh, you said Paul O'Neill, and my Siri just talked.
Yeah, no. What the heck was that?
No, it was Siri. Sorry, everybody. Paul O'Neill, the Reds.
Oh, look at this. Lance McCullers' dad.
Oh,
Look at that right there. Lance McCullers Sr.
look at him. Oh, he's got like a little John Crook look to him too.
He looked like
Because of the
he was
Padres.
just, looked like he would drill you right in the ribs and not think twice about it.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is so crazy that all these guys you played with now are you're now breaking down their
No,
children.
They're kids, I know. It's ridiculous.
And you''t seen these kids like running
Bo
around.
Bichette,
and
I was changing Bo Bichette's diapers. Not true story, dude.
I know.
True story. In 2000, Bo was what? I don't know. He was probably 2 or something. Just
Yeah.
running
Like, can
around.
you tell like? Well, wait. Were you on? Was V-Mart on the Red Sox team that you were on?
No, he was behind. He was.
I just remember like V-Mart's kid and Poppy's kid like had better swings like in pregame
It's
than
unbelievable.
half of the guys on the teams.
That's why Vlad Jr. is doing his thing. I played with Mike Cameron. His son Daz Cameron was little back in 1999.
Yeah.
Travis Shaw, Jeff Shaw's son, and then Bo Bichette.
Yeah. And what about Barry Larkin's son, who's amazing
Shane
basketball players?
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Like, he's a star basketball player overseas now, but he was also a first-round pick of the Celtics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
Played in
made
the NBA a
some
ton. The Larkins are just stick athletes. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Byron,
Barry
Mike,
Barry
Oliver.
could have played football running back at Michigan.
Dude, at practice, Lark used to tell me when he was at practice at Michigan, Bo Schembecker used to walk by practice every day going to the football field.
Yeah.
Hey, Larkin, you're the biggest wimp I know. Clean it up.
Really?
Baseball's for wimps. You should be playing football every practice.
Wow, that is so amazing.
So
You know, it's
crazy.
funny. We've had all the guys on like Brian Jordan and who else said it? D-Row, who's coming up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
who else? I think it was Greg Vaughn. The interesting thing is like that was a mentality back then, but now like if you're gonna get paid, it's good to go play baseball and not get banged around on a football.
Oh, it is.
field.
That's what, yeah, exactly.
You know?
Football career lasts 2 to 3 years. Baseball
Yeah.
can last you 15.
Yeah, like Charlie Ward too. Charlie Ward was the backup point guard on a basketball team, making $5 million a year for like 15 years instead of playing quarterback and getting his brains
Getting
beat.
killed, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I think what do you think? You think we got a little show audience?
I think so. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that was fun. I don't even know who's going to listen or what, but I know that this is what I do, what we do anyhow. So what the hell? We might as well record it.
Exactly. Well, it just gives me more time to hang out with my friend, and I'm very excited. And
Yes.
you guys are all our friends now too. All the people, actually, I'll say this: if you've subscribed to us, you're our friend. You're an acquaintance though until you subscribe.
Please
So
subscribe
let's-
or download.
Yeah, or download.
Please.
Let's go here.
We need it. We need it bad, please.
Yeah,
Start
we'll-
subscribing and buy some Manscapes if you can. Put the Mayor code, save $17. I bought one today. I'm one of the ones we need to buy. I
Me
bought
too.
one.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, bro.
All right, Chinch. All right,
Yeah.
man. Stay grateful, brother. I love you.
Love you too.
Talk to
See
me.
you
See you,
later.
bud.
I think it's great, dude.
That was
That's
great,
probably
dude. That
like
was fun.
35, 40 minutes.
Was it? That's perfect. That was
At
fun.
least. Maybe 45 is great.
That was fun, dude. That's all. That was,
Yeah. And I
love
could
it.
slap it together right now just because
Dude,
it's
we
just
could
you
put
and me.
together. We could put together topics of the week and do that show easy.
Easy. And by the time we start doing it the second time, we'll knock it out.
Yeah,
All right, bro. I'm gonna go edit
okay.
this. I'm gonna edit this right now.
All right, let me know. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna just put it on our site, right?
Yeah, I'll put it everywhere.
Like put a bonus material, bonus
bonus app.
show or it's whatever.
Something. I'll come up with that.
Okay, all right, Chinch. Love you, bro.
Yeah. Love you,
Thanks,
buddy.
man.
All right.
See you, bud.